I'm Warren Edwards.
And I'm Candace Edwards. Our children, Madison, who is 9, Monroe is 6, and Midas is 5. They are all a part of the 530 Scholars Program.
Um, so one of the things we want to talk about is what was our mindset as far as selecting schools before 530, and what is our mindset now after becoming a part of 530. Before 530 Scholars, one of the things that we looked for in the school was diversity. Our mindset was that the world is diverse and has many cultures. So we wanted a school that represented that. We didn't want a school that was predominantly black or predominantly white. We wanted kind of like a mix. And in doing so, we ran into some roadblocks. So one of the things that happened was our daughter, we worked with her a lot prior to sending her to kindergarten. And at a report card pickup, we were asking a teacher for resources. We asked her, could she differentiate the material that she was giving our daughter? She was like, no. We asked, could she get some materials from the first grade teacher and give it to us? She said no. We asked, can you refer us to some resources that we could seek out on our own? She said no. And then she followed up with, quite frankly, you guys should feel lucky because some parents have been complaining that the work that she was given was too much for their children. And that immediately ticked me off, and that day we removed our daughter from that school and we ended up going to African Center School. So since 530 and being exposed to different things, our mindset has been different. Now we look for a school that resembles us. Since then, the experience has been night and day. Our daughter, we have a middle child, Monroe, who entered kindergarten pretty much at the same place as our oldest, and the experience was totally different. The teacher immediately notified us that the concept she already knew. She put in a recommendation for her to move up a level. She provided us with resources. Everything we were expecting the initial school to do, we got from this school. When we walk in, we feel like rock stars. It's just amazing overall, and we were able to accomplish that with the advice from 530 Scholars. With 530 Scholars, you not only get the academic side, but you get the professional coaching from the academic coaches on how to navigate the school system. So that's how, that was our mindset before and after 530.
Yeah, it has, 530 Scholars has helped our children with their academic confidence. I feel like everybody has confidence in different areas, and our children are beginning to excel and not be afraid to try things new. I know I'm a teacher, so with my students, sometimes they're just afraid to try things and get them wrong. But our children are not afraid to just try and step outside of their comfort zones. So that's a really great feeling. Our oldest daughter competed in the school science fair. She was first place in her class. She was in third grade. She came in first place in her class, and when they competed again in the school-wide science fair, 3rd through 8th, she placed 3rd. So for us, that's a pretty big deal because we just assumed going into it, oh man, it's gonna be tough going up against these 8th graders, and she went in there and she killed it. So, and she doesn't always feel like she can really do great, but we know that she can, and so becoming a part of 530 is helping her with that. Our daughter, who is now in 1st grade, she went into kindergarten. She placed into a selective enrollment school this year, and that was a lot. We got a lot of help through 530 Scholars with that, and she got into a really good school. So we are proud of that, and her confidence level is like out the roof. She can compete against somebody 5 years older than her and still really not have fear in her. It's just like, okay, let's do it. Let's see what happens. And our son, who is the youngest, he feeds off of his sisters, and with being in that 5:30 program, and he saw them do the hit the button competition. Now he wants to do it, so he's practicing on the hit the button and all that. So it's making them all competitive against each other. It's making them competitive against the members of 5:30 Scholars, and it's completely building their confidence. Like, our son will say things like, well, I can't read. And then he'll work with Miss Lemmy and then walk away like with all the confidence in the world because he read a book and he assumed that he couldn't read. So it's been helping us out tremendously with their confidence. And essentially, if they aren't afraid to just try something new, then they will succeed. And then just us as parents, it's helped us to know how to navigate, because there are certain things that we know how to do, but sometimes when we get to when we hit a wall and we're like, well, what do we do next? They've done this, they've mastered this. What do we do next? We can always count on 5:30 to say, well, hey, let's test them and see what areas they're weak in, and then we'll help you work on that. So, I mean, it's so many benefits because you don't know everything. And sometimes you do hit a wall, and then 5:30 Scholars just keeps pushing you, and it keeps pushing our children. And we know that at the end of the day, when it comes time to choose colleges, we won't have to pay for a thing, and we won't have to pay for a thing because our babies will be prepared. They will probably get into any school they want to get into. So you have to start young, which they have taught us, and we just gonna keep with it. Consistency.
One of the things 5:30 always says that I truly believe is that 5:30 is the academic AAU. So having a group of students who compete on a high level academically only creates an environment where iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel. So they're the best of the best. So when any competitions come up, like spelling bees or different math competitions, we can rest assured that it's going to be 5:30 is going to be well represented, and it's just a matter of which scholar is going to take home that trophy. So I love it.